What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, Randy, with RTS Mobile Gaming. I am bringing you another fantastic War of Nova video today. In today's video, we'll be talking about 4 essential beginner tips. This game has been released for exactly 24 hours, almost on the dot. My 24-hour buff just fell off here in Server 2, so I'm going to be talking about how to dominate in the first couple days of your gameplay. I'll really focus on some tips that are going to help you win in day 1. And I've spent a small amount of money, but not a whole lot, and I am really competing with some of the Krakens that have spent way more than me at the SBVN group here on Server 2. As you can see, I'm currently rank 4, and by the way, I have quite a bit of stamina on my main attack ships. I will be taking several more tiles. I'll be taking about, I'd say, 9-10 more level 130 plus tiles in a few minutes, and I plan on taking rank 2, maybe even the number 1 spot here at the end of day 1. So, the first and most important thing that I want to tell you is thank you to GemZ for sponsoring today's content. Check the link to their Discord in the video description. Tip number 1, folks, get excited. One of the best ships in the game is going to be called the Dark Fang. Let me open that shit up. Let me open that ship up. Yes, without the T. Dark Fang is an amazing, rare quality ship. It is free to play, 100% free to play friendly. You actually get this ship as a reward from completing the different chapter quests. I think you pick it up around chapter 10 or 11. You get a free Dark Fang. It's a really, really, really great ship for early game grinding. It's not going to be amazing for late game PvP, but it has some really great tech tree skills that will help you power your way into domination here in the early rounds. First off, it has a great skill that is going to give you a lot of ship power and initiative, allowing you to go first and deal damage before the enemy can get damage off. The best defense in this game is often a great offense with some healing mixed in, so here we have initiative and power giving us high offense. He also has vampiric attack. This is a skill that causes your units to deal when they deal damage to recover HP. So the way you want to set this ship up is by, I feel like I keep cursing. I don't know if I'm cursing or not, but I feel like I might be cursing. The way you want to set this ship up is by having one unit type that is melee here, preferably with Counter-Strike, and then you load that troop up, and then you go and attack an enemy. Every time you attack the enemy with a basic attack, you're going to get a heal. Every time you get attacked and you do a Counter-Strike, you will be getting a heal. If I could just pull up a few reports here. Let me go and find some Darkwing. Look at this. This is the level 12 Darkwing, Dark Fang, killing a level 90 tile with tier 1 troops at level 12 with no losses. The reason why it shows 52 out of 56 is because I actually leveled up from level 12 to 13 during this fight. So I gained 4 more troop slots. But the amount of healing that you do with this ship is absolutely ungodly. Here you can see I out-healed all of the damage that I received. Therefore, I actually lost no troops. Killing level 90 killing a level 90 tile with a level 12 ship here in War of Nova before day 1 is over with tier 1 troops with only purple officers and the ship is only level 12. This is absolutely efficiency at its max, and I spent a long time talking about this tip because I can't stress it enough. This ship is really, really great. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is how you're going to actually set up your ships. Now, when you are going to try and take all these tiles and try to be the best ship building killer pew 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 that you can be, you are going to want to make sure you're only using 2 to 3 ships to take tiles. As you can see, I have my Astaroth, which is my level 20. This ship is really great. I also have Sunder, which is really great. Sunder has similar healing skills to Dark Fang. It has a little bit different skill trees overall, but it has a similar healing ability where when you do damage, you do healing. So Sunder's great, and Sunder is also free-to-play friendly, by the way, because it is a purple ship. In addition, both Sunder and Dark Fang's healing skills are available at Respect level 0. That means you don't have to have any levels here. You can have your ship level, but having your actual Respect level could be 0, and you can unlock these heals, which is really incredible. So just focus on 2 to 3 ships. As you can see here, I actually have 4 ships. But Dominus I'm using to sweep. I'm only using these 3 ships to take tiles. Let's talk about why, okay? Tip number 3, what to look for when you're putting ships together for PvP. Or I mean for PvE, sorry. The PvP early grinding game. And And I'm trying to rush this video a tiny bit because the wife and I are going on date night in a little bit to go to a movie in just a few minutes. Therefore, I wanted to get this video out because I've heard a lot of people asking me what ships to use, what skills to use, how am I doing it? As someone who hasn't spent a lot of money, how am I rank 4? Let's take a look at the ship skills. Let's talk about it. The things you want to really look for in a fight are going to be high damage mitigation, so skills that give you a lot of damage reduction, especially in the early rounds. That's a big deal. There are a lot of ships that have skills that give you massive damage mitigation in the early rounds. I'll take a look at one of those in just a second. The next skills you want to look for are things that have healing. Healing is a really big deal, especially early on in the grind, because training new minions to go with your main ships is really where you're going to spend way too many of your resources. But if you can put together a ship that has good damage reduction, it has healing, and it has the next most important thing, crowd control, you're going to really mitigate your losses. And the less losses you take, the less resources you have to spend on training new troops, and the more of those resources you can use towards upgrading to the stronger troops. It's all about efficiency here in day 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Let's take a look at another ship, because the Astaroth is another ship that's great. It's one of my favorite ships in the game for early game. I don't know how well it's going to fare in endgame PvP, but early game it has crowd control with the ambush ability, where in round 1 it's going to stun a couple enemies, similar to Gandalf the Grey back in Lord of the Rings Rise to War days. So you just need 1 point in there. And then it has Zeal, which is going to give you massive damage reduction in the first couple rounds of the fight. And then from there, I'm just picking up more damage mitigation, stun immunity, and things like that in the tier 3 section, okay? I have a little bit stronger officers on this ship, but I'm using a purple officer because it gives healing. So instead of having a different officer here that gives me damage bonus or something like that, I've decided to go with Bradley with a team repair skill. That way I'm able to do a decent amount of healing in the fight as well. So let's take a look, because I was just capturing 130 power tiles with this a little while ago. Here's a 150 that I captured. I took a few losses, not a whole lot. This is pretty respectable with a level 19 with, you know, on day 1 in season 1. We're not like in season 10 where I have gear that's maxed out, ships that are maxed out. This is season 1, day 1, okay? I only lost 20 ships capturing this 150 power tile. I did a decent amount of healing here, 8,000 healing. I did a lot of damage output for my tier 2 units, and I was able to really mitigate my losses because I crowd controlled the enemy and I reduced the damage that I took. And finally, guys, let's talk about the fourth and, I should say, the fourth and one of, if not the most important other thing to know. Titanium. Titanium sucks. It is so hard to get titanium in this game, so you need to really focus on level 15, level 40, and level 90 titanium tiles. These are going to look like this. They're going to give you production. So as you can see, this level 40 tile is giving me great titanium production. It's the level 90 tiles giving me even better, but having a bunch of level 40 power tiles is not a bad thing. When you have, I'm not even tile capped. You can get a crazy amount of titanium production. You should really focus on titanium production because all of your buildings are going to need crazy amounts of titanium. The other resources are also super important. However, as you complete the chapter quests, you will be getting the other 3 resources. What you don't get from the later chapter quests is more titanium. So while you can focus on titanium, taking titanium tiles primarily, you will get a lot of these other resources from completing chapter quests. Therefore, for day 1, you should focus as much as you can on titanium. In addition to that, this is really like tip number 4.5. If you didn't know about the marketplace, you can go to the marketplace within your base and you can exchange the resources you have for other resources. If, for example, I have too much titanium and I need to get minerals, I can exchange this. It's not a one-to-one. You will lose resources. It is inefficient, but this is how you can exchange resources in the game if you have too much of one. I probably exchanged all 3 of these other resources for about 120,000 titanium in day 1. Okay, I exchanged a ton of resources for titanium in order to get my tier 2 units. I now have 2 tier 2 units training, and this is how I'm maximizing my effectiveness. And like I said, I have 11 tiles to fill, and I have more than enough stamina on my top 4 ships to capture those 11 tiles. They're all going to be level 90 to 150 depending on my ship level, and that is going to take me up to just about 5,000 production, which is going to put me plus or minus right in line with the rank 1. I'm definitely going to pass rank 2, so I should be rank 2 in about 20-30 minutes here, and then maybe even rank 1 if I'm able to really dominate, okay? So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, War of Nova, guys, I love this game. I'm not affiliated with the game. I'm not sponsored by the game. I'm not even accepted into the content creator program. I applied a couple days ago. They haven't even replied to me. They're like, F you, Randy. We don't care. I love this game. I can't say enough good things about it. It is a lot like Lord of the Rings Rise to War 1.0, but they made a bunch of great quality of life changes, and we'll be doing a lot of videos for this game coming up. In addition to King Shot, I'm not leaving King Shot by any means. So, if you guys have liked today's content, thank you again to GemZ for sponsoring today's video. Check the link to their Discord in my video description below. Save some money on your in-game packs. Like and subscribe. Randy, out.